The first question, and the most important one, is what is the phenomenon of sea level rise? So sea level rise, also known as the elevation of sea level, occurs when the average level of the oceans and the seas rises relatively to the land. This phenomenon is mainly caused by global warming, which in turn is caused by the increase of greenhouse effects in the atmosphere, such as carbon dioxide. So when the planet's temperature rises, the Arctic and Antarctic ice caps melt, resulting in an increase of water in the oceans. Additionally, warm water expands, which also increases the volume of the oceans.
Now we're going to talk about why Venice is floating. So when the water rises in Venice, they call it acqua alta. The first thing that causes the floating in Venice is the tidal phenomenon. The tides are amplified in Venice by the strong wind that comes from the south and that pushes the water of the Adriatic Sea to Venice. The flood usually takes place in autumn during bad weather. So when the weather is bad, the atmospheric pressure drops, so the weight of the sea drops, which will therefore rises by a few centimeters. When this phenomenon occurs, the water can already rise by 1 meter and 80 centimeters. One of the major problems is that Venice is sinking into the ground. Because of the humans, they wanted to extract the water from the groundwater. The goal was to extract gas, but this weakened the ground, who therefore had to lower the level of Venice. So the result is that in 20 years, Venice lost 10 centimeters.
My friends talked to you about the problem that Venice is facing. Now, I'm going to talk to you about the consequences, because yes, there are actually quite a lot. First of all, the gondoliers are having a lot of trouble navigating in the town. I'm saying that, but of course they're not navigating on their own. The reason behind that is that they are too big and mostly too high to fit under some bridges, which is problematic if you want to move and see the town. They are trying to solve this problem by removing the highest part of the gondoliers, which is called a riccio, but the problem is that it's mandatory to have one. Also, and mostly, a lot of places are getting flooded by, of course, water. For example, the library called Acqua Alta, which is near St. Mark, is getting flooded often, like really, really often. And you can actually see some books coming from this library in some gondoliers. And also some churches are getting flooded, which is basically destroying the walls. And this augmentation of the sea level is destroying the town and everything in it. And we have to do something. We have to act because we don't want it to destroy anything else.
To prevent the city from floating, Venice decided to put in place ways to protect the town. First of all, measures such as coastal reinforcement, the raising of quayside and the paving have been taken to prevent an excessive amount of water to enter Venice. Moreover, not too long ago, a project was initiated, the MOSES, which means Electromechanical Experimental Module. Fun fact about the name Moses, it also refers to the name of the men who parted the Red Sea in the Bible. There are mobile gates that are designed to protect Venice and the lagoon from tides of up to 3 meters. The construction of these barriers began in 2003, and on the 3rd of October 2020, the MOSE was activated for the first time. In 2020, the experts who had conceived this set of 3 seawalls separating the Adriatic Sea from Venice estimated that each year they would have to raise the seawalls 5 times. However, within 2 years after the inaugural raising of the seawalls, MOSES was activated 49 times.